Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie was it Last Straw. So, first of all, before we get into all that, I have a special guest with us. Hopefully you can see my man here, my main man, my new best friend. What's your name? Say your name. Look at the camera. Look up here. This is Bear. I know. This is Bear. I've talked about him a couple other times. I finally get to film something with him. I know he just wants to sit on my lap, but now you get to meet Bear. He's going to watch this movie with me. Hopefully it's not too bad. Called Last Straw. So Last Straw is about a killing spree in a small town that ends up in a local diner, and the, I guess, waitress has to fend for her life or something like that for the entire night. For one long night. Anyway. 5.5 on IMDb, 3,511 people rated so far. It's on AMC, or AMC Plus, or whatever. So, a little different there. It came up online, somehow. But it doesn't anybody I know. Jessica Belkin seems like the waitress. Taylor Kowalski. Both black and white photos, which is interesting in IMDb. But other than that, as I scroll, I don't recognize anybody else that I would know. So, I don't know. Kind of low expectations, kind of a behind the scenes or, you know, underground type movie that I, again, don't know much about, but we'll see. That's why I'm here, right? Find something like this, see what it's about, give you a better idea, let you know what I think. Stick around. Bear and I will be back. I know he's down already laying. He's like, dude, start the movie. I'm ready to relax. But one last thing, Bear, hey, we'll see you in a little bit. All right. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Last Straw, and I just saw that Taylor Kowalski is one of the co-producers. It was directed by Alan Scott Neal and written by Taylor Sordoni. I don't know, I always mean to get in that, but it's pretty neat. Taylor Kowalski is like the cook in this. His name is Jake Collins. He's also the co-producer, so pretty interesting there. Also, speaking of people you may know, may not know, Jeremy Sisto. So he plays the dad of the waitress in this, and I was like, I know this guy. I've seen him other places. He was in Wrong Turn, the original Wrong Turn. So I was like, I know him, and what a different, you know, how many years ago was that? And now he's playing an older father type figure in this, as opposed to the young, you know, guy with the girls in Wrong Turn. So anyway, interesting there. Pretty good movie. Hour and 26 minutes. They pack a lot in there. It keeps you engaged the whole time. And it's very interesting. I picked it because I wanted a shorter movie. Something less than an hour and a half. I was trying to get some other ones. But this one really worked for me, I think. It has that Strangers feel. So if you've ever seen Strangers, it's got that kind of a little bit. I mean, obviously, if you look at the cover art or any trailer, the people have masks on, so that's why it's got that aspect to it. But it's more than that. And I'm trying to think. There's another movie it reminds me of, but it doesn't matter. You know, this girl is a waitress at the diner, and Jeremy Sisto happens to be her father who owns it. He promotes her to a manager. And so she's supposed to run this whole thing, and she's it starts off in an odd way, right? She starts off with her talking with her friend, you know, discovering, and it's right in the beginning, so it's not that big of a deal, but she finds out she's pregnant, and we find out a little bit more about the type of person she is, because she doesn't know who the father is. It could be one of 3 people, and they're smoking weed prior to her going into work, and then she goes into work, whatever. And then some rascals come in to, you know, they come around the parking lot in mopeds, which is an interesting touch, I think. Not sure what time frame this movie takes place. I assumed it was present time frame, but you know, when these rascals come in and they start terrorizing, you know, they're bringing in roadkill and stuff like that into the thing, and they're the ones wearing the masks and stuff like that. She goes to call the cops, and she's using a dialing phone, which is interesting. And then one guy has a flip phone, but her one friend Bobby has a regular type of phone, like almost an iPhone kind of thing. So I don't know. It was kind of all over the place with that type of technology. But anyway, she gets terrorized by these gentlemen. She has to work as the manager of the overnight shift, and things escalate from there. And it really all takes place at the diner for the most part, besides the conversation with her and her girlfriend. But it packs a lot in. It gets to a point where, you know, you're watching it, you're waiting to see what happens, and then they back it up and give you more backstory throughout the whole thing, which really, you know, I think improved the whole movie for me. It was great because you just thought it was linear, and you thought it was going to a point, and you're like, all right, let's see what's going to happen here. And boom, you get a whole kind of different story to it, which was fun. So I don't know what else. I will jump into a little bit more, but definitely worth a watch if you're into these types of. This is a film you don't know I didn't know anybody else in it, so really off the beaten path. But it's more of a slasher, strangers, horror, kind of terrorizing type movie. What is the Vacancy is another one. Very similar. That's what you're getting with this. So if you liked Vacancy and Strangers, and I know there's a couple other ones. There's another one too. But anyway, this all just happens to be at a diner. If you like those strange, darling, little bit, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. You can just take that all, put it in a blender, and you know, take anybody's names out of it and put it on the screen. That's kind of what you get for an hour and 26 minutes. So if you're into those types of movies, this is a good one to check out. So, but before I let you go, really quick, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. I'll say this. So if you haven't seen it, I'm not going to ruin the ending again, but I will talk a little bit more openly about it. They talk in the beginning how she's pregnant, stuff like that. She doesn't know who it is. And then she kind of alludes to Bobby being at Max's party. I remember that. I remember she shuts him down before. Is that the point where she's saying? She didn't say it's Bobby's, but is it Bobby's? You know, and if it was, could they have tied it together a little bit? They kind of leave it open-ended. I thought we'd get a scene at the end where she's holding a baby and the baby's name is Bobby. I don't know. They don't make that complete connection. They leave it out there. I was thinking the whole time, this is what it is. This is who it's going to be. This is what's going to happen. I liked what they did with everything. I really thought she wasn't a survivor, which was fantastic. The meat thing, whatever. But like, and I'm assuming she said my baby at the end, but I would assume that baby is no more. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe there's more significance to that quote. Maybe that's what her dad called her. I don't know. But I thought, you know, there's a lot more that could have been a little bit explained or exposed a little bit more about her pregnancy and Bobby and her being stabbed in the stomach. So there you go. That's what I got. Still worth a watch. And that's not a complaint there, but it was just something else I wanted to discuss. So check it out. Let me know what you think. Thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.